All right, welcome to another deep dive. This time we're diving into something I know a lot of you are interested in. Health and fitness.
Yeah.
But we're not just talking about, how to lift weights or run faster.
Right.
We're going to explore how to actually talk about health and fitness in English. Like how to have those
Oh.
conversations at the gym, share tips with friends, really sound like you're part of the fitness world.
That's a really good idea. It's so much more than just knowing the vocabulary.
Exactly.
It's being able to actually use it, right?
Exactly.
In a natural way.
Naturally.
Yeah.
So it flows.
So before we get to all the awesome stuff from the source material,
Okay.
I want to kind of get you thinking for a second.
Yeah.
How did you stay active this past week?
Yeah. Good question.
Anything counts?
Yeah.
A quick jog, walking the dog, even just like taking the stairs instead of the elevator. It all adds up, right?
It does. And what's great about that is you're already connecting the topic to your own life.
Right.
And as we go through all this material, I really encourage you to keep doing that.
Yeah. Think about, how does this information connect to your own fitness goals,
That's a great point.
whether you have them or not?
Okay, so the material we're looking at today focuses on this guy named Marco.
Okay.
And he's made some pretty big lifestyle changes recently.
Oh, cool.
He's working out more, he's eating healthier, which I'm sure a lot of us can relate to, right?
For sure.
But here's the key, and I think this is what's so interesting about his story. It's not about some crazy crash diet or like insane boot camp.
Yeah.
He's talking about finding a balance that actually works for him.
That's so important. Like right off the bat, I think that's something so important to emphasize.
Absolutely.
Marco's approach is highlighting something that's so key: sustainability.
Yeah.
You are so much more likely to stick with those healthy habits
Yes.
if they actually fit into your life naturally.
If you can actually do it.
Exactly. It's not about being perfect.
Yep.
It's about finding what works for you over the long term.
Long term, yeah.
Like you can do this for years.
Years, not weeks.
Not just until you give up.
Exactly.
It has to be something you can maintain.
So let's break down what Marco's actually doing.
Okay.
He's hitting the gym 3 times a week. He's mixing up cardio and strength training.
Sounds like a good balance.
Right. Now, those are terms that we hear all the time, but let's make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, for sure. So hitting the gym
Yeah.
really just means going to the gym.
Yeah, going to the gym.
Pretty simple.
Heart
Cardio, that's all about getting your heart rate up.
rate up.
Getting you breathing hard. Think running, swimming, cycling, those kinds of activities.
And then strength training, of course.
That's about building muscle.
Build them up, yeah.
Using weights, resistance bands, that kind of thing.
And Marco, he's not just, pounding the pavement on the treadmill. He's mixing up his cardio.
Yeah.
Running, swimming, cycling.
Variety is key. Not only does it keep things interesting, but it also works different muscle groups.
Makes sense.
Now, if you're thinking, ugh, I hate running,
Yeah.
that's totally okay. The best cardio is the kind you'll actually do out.
Yeah.
So think about activities you enjoy, right?
Yeah.
How can you incorporate those?
Okay, speaking of finding what you enjoy,
Yes.
the material talks about this huge trend in a lot of English-speaking countries. Group fitness classes.
Oh, yeah.
CrossFit, Zumba, you name it, there's a class for it.
This is where things get really interesting, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about working out. It's
Yeah.
a social experience.
Yeah.
It's the energy of the group. It's that motivation from the instructor.
Right.
And then there's the whole language that comes along with it. Reps, sets, feel the burn, all that good stuff.
There's actually a dialogue in the material that shows this perfectly.
Oh, cool.
It's these 2 people at the gym, and they're just chatting.
Yeah.
And you can really hear how those phrases are used in a natural way.
It's like eavesdropping on a conversation at the gym.
Have you ever done that?
Oh, all the time.
I feel like you can learn so much just by listening.
You pick up on the common phrases.
Yeah.
The etiquette, like, do you mind if I work in? Or what classes do they offer here?
Right.
Those are the kinds of things that can make you feel so much more comfortable in that environment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered working out, but as we know, that's only half the battle.
Right. The other half is what you're putting in your body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what Marco's doing in the kitchen.
Okay.
He's all about the 80-20 rule,
Oh, yeah, that's a popular one.
meaning he eats healthy 80% of the time,
Okay.
but allows himself to indulge a little 20% of the time.
It's about balance.
Balance.
A lot of people hear 80-20 and they just think about the numbers.
Right.
But what's really cool about it is it's a mindset shift.
Mm.
It's going from restriction to balance.
Yeah.
Acknowledging you can enjoy your favorite foods while still making those healthy choices most of the time.
That's so important because otherwise
You're going to be miserable.
you're just setting yourself up to fail.
Right. Exactly. It's got to be something you can actually stick to.
Long term.
Long term, yeah.
Okay, so the material also digs into some key nutrition terms.
Oh, cool.
We hear these words all the time, but do we really know what they mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Balanced diet, portion control, meal prep, and of course, nutrients.
Okay, let's break those down a little.
Yeah, break them down.
A balanced diet, that means getting a variety of foods from different food groups, right? No cutting out entire categories.
Oh, so you can't just live on pizza.
Well, I mean, you could tree shrey.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, you need those veggies, those fruits, the whole shebang.
Portion control. What's that all about?
That's about being mindful of how much you're eating.
Mindful.
It's not about deprivation. It's about awareness.
So how much am I actually eating?
Exactly.
Okay, meal prep. That one seems pretty self-explanatory.
It is, but it's a game changer for so many people.
Oh, yeah.
It's about setting yourself up for success by preparing meals ahead of time.
Makes sense.
And then nutrients. Those are like the building blocks of food.
Right.
The vitamins, the minerals, all that good stuff your body needs to thrive.
Okay, so we've got Marco's workouts, his approach to food, to really bring this all together.
Yes.
The material actually describes a typical healthy day in his life.
Oh, cool.
From breakfast to dinner, exercise, even some wellness activities.
Nice.
It really helps you visualize what putting it all together actually looks like.
This is where it gets practical.
Right.
And I encourage you to do the same.
Okay.
Close your eyes for a second. Imagine your ideal healthy day.
Okay.
What would you eat? What would you do?
I love that.
Using all the vocabulary we've been talking about. You're making this information your own.
Okay, we're making great progress. We've got Marco's journey, key terms, even a peek into a healthy day. But there's one more piece to sounding like a native English speaker when it comes to health and fitness. Expressions.
Yes, those tricky expressions.
Right.
They add so much color
Personality.
to the language.
Yeah.
And in health and fitness, there are a ton of them.
So many. Like, get in shape, watching what I eat, on a roll, no pain, no gain. Those are just a few.
Have you heard these before?
Oh, yeah, we've all heard them.
But do you really understand what they mean?
Yeah, that's the question.
And how to use them correctly?
Because it's not just about the words themselves.
Yeah.
It's about the attitude behind them, the culture behind them.
Right. There's this whole world of unspoken rules.
Yeah.
Assumptions about health and fitness, especially in English-speaking cultures.
So true. Like, you might hear someone say, I'm trying to get back on track after a vacation or a busy period where they maybe weren't so strict with their diet or exercise.
It happens.
And that phrase really reveals a lot about the underlying culture of, self-improvement.
Absolutely.
Discipline.
That's so interesting.
Around fitness.
It's not just about the words themselves, it's what they reveal about the bigger picture.
Are you ready to decode some of these expressions?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's unpack them.
Okay.
The first one from the material that jumps out at me is get in shape.
Yeah.
Seems straightforward, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
Like improve your fitness level.
On the surface, yeah. But I think what's interesting is the emphasis on shape.
Shape.
It kind of hints at this whole aesthetic aspect of fitness that we see a lot in English-speaking cultures.
Right.
It's not just about being healthy, it's about looking fit.
So there's that visual element.
Absolutely. And that's something to be aware of, especially if you're coming from a culture where fitness is seen more from a purely health perspective.
That's such a good point. Okay, another one. Watching what I eat. I feel like I hear that all the time.
Oh, all the time.
And usually it just means like being more mindful of your food choices.
Yeah, exactly. And what's interesting is it doesn't necessarily mean someone's on a strict diet, right? It could just be, they're making some healthier choices, cutting back on sugar or processed foods.
So it's that awareness.
Awareness, yeah.
More than restriction.
Exactly.
Okay, how about on a roll?
I love this one.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm picturing someone literally rolling down a hill.
Mm-hmm. Well, not quite. But it does signify that consistent progress.
Okay.
It's that feeling of momentum, Yeah. When you're sticking to your routine, seeing results.
Like you're on a winning streak.
Yes. You're unstoppable.
Okay, last one, and this one always makes me cringe a little bit. No pain, no gain.
It sounds so intense.
It does, but it really does capture a certain mentality.
It does. It does. It suggests that to achieve your goals,
Yeah.
it's going to require effort,
Yeah.
discipline, and
Yeah.
sometimes even a bit of discomfort.
Discomfort.
It's about pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, right?
So it's about embracing the challenge, knowing that the results are worth it.
Exactly. And understanding these expressions. It's not just about sounding fluent in English.
Right.
It's about getting those insights into the values,
Cultural values.
the attitudes, the ways people approach health and fitness.
That's what makes it so interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
It's those subtle nuances that can really make a difference in how you connect with others and how you navigate conversations in the fitness world.
Absolutely. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have Marco's journey, key terms, even those tricky expressions.
So what's next?
Well, I think it's time to address some of those burning questions
Oh, yeah, the FAQs.
that people often have about health and fitness.
Okay.
We've laid the foundation.
Yeah.
Now let's get into some specifics.
The nitty-gritty details.
You know, those questions that people are sometimes too afraid to ask?
Those are the best ones.
I know. So, are you ready to tackle some FAQs?
Bring them on. I'm excited to share some insights and maybe even some personal stories.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Okay, let's get to those FAQs. One that pops up all the time is, how do I stay motivated to exercise? I mean, we all know we should, right?
Right.
But like actually doing it consistently,
Yeah, that's the hard part.
that's a whole different story.
Some days, I swear, my couch has like a gravitational pull. The struggle is real.
So any tips from the source material? Any magic bullets?
Oh, I wish. But really, what they emphasize is finding activities you genuinely enjoy.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because if you hate going to the gym,
You're not going to go.
exactly,
Yeah.
you're way less likely to stick with it.
Totally. It's like anything else in life, right?
Right. If you hate doing it,
It's not going to happen.
you're probably not going to keep doing it.
So instead of forcing yourself to do something you loathe,
Yeah.
think about things that energize you, right?
Yes. Maybe it's dancing, hiking, rock climbing, even just playing Frisbee in the park with friends.
Yeah.
Find your thing.
Find your thing. What sparks joy for you?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm guessing there are a ton of questions about diet, too.
For sure.
I mean, everyone's always looking for that, like, weight loss secret, right?
Absolutely. And one of the most common questions is, how do I avoid those cravings?
You know, like those 3 p.m. cravings that send you straight to the vending machine?
Tell me about it. I know those all too well.
So what's the secret? Willpower. Hypnosis.
Is there an app for that?
Ha. Well, maybe there is an app for that these days, but the material actually suggests a more mindful approach.
Okay.
It talks about paying attention to your body's hunger cues
Okay, that makes sense.
and really trying to identify those triggers.
So it's not just about, like, white-knuckling it, pure willpower.
No, it's about understanding.
Understanding.
Why are you craving that thing?
Yeah.
Are you actually hungry? Are you bored? Stressed?
Right. Are you just used to snacking at a certain time?
Exactly. Once you start to recognize those patterns,
Then you can make a change.
you can make those conscious choices.
That's a good point. Okay, I have another question that I bet a lot of people are wondering about. Supplements?
Oh, yeah.
Do I really need to take them? It seems like every week there's a new miracle pill.
It's hard to keep up,
Yeah.
but the source material, they take a very balanced approach, as usual. They explain that a healthy diet should provide most of the nutrients you need,
Okay.
but some people might benefit from certain supplements.
If they have deficiencies or something.
Exactly, especially if there are specific things they're lacking.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all answer.
Not at all. And it's always best to talk to a doctor before adding any supplements,
Right, healthcare professional.
They can help you figure out if you actually need them and what the right ones are for you.
Okay, good advice. All right, switching gears a little bit, I think a lot of people struggle with finding the time to exercise.
Oh, yeah, we're all so busy.
We're busy. So any tips on how to actually fit it in?
The material actually suggests getting creative,
Okay.
incorporating little bursts of activity into your day.
Okay, that makes sense.
It doesn't have to be an hour at the gym.
Right, yeah.
Can you take the stairs instead of the elevator?
Yeah,
Can you walk or bike to work a couple of times a week?
those are good ones.
Even just doing a few exercises during commercial breaks when you're watching TV,
Yeah, I like that.
it all counts.
It all adds up.
It's about making fitness part of your life, not another chore on your list.
Exactly. It shouldn't feel like a burden.
Exactly. And, don't underestimate walking.
Walking is the best.
It's so simple,
It is.
but so effective.
And you can multitask.
Yeah. You can listen to a podcast, call a friend.
Or just enjoy being outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Walking is like my go-to for stress relief.
I feel that.
Okay, last question. How do you set realistic fitness goals?
Ooh, good one.
Because I think so many people, they aim too high too fast.
Yeah, they set themselves up for failure.
Exactly.
The material actually encourages setting SMART goals.
The SMART goals.
So it's an acronym it stands for. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Okay, I'm following.
So instead of just saying, I want to lose weight, which is very vague,
Right.
a SMART goal would be something like, I want to lose 1 pound per week for the next 8 weeks by exercising 3 times a week and reducing my calorie intake by 500 calories per day.
Wow, okay. That's very specific.
Right.
It breaks it down.
It makes it actionable.
Yeah.
And remember, progress isn't always linear.
Oh, that's so important to remember.
There will be setbacks, plateaus,
Life happens.
days you don't feel like doing anything, and that's totally fine.
Right.
Be kind to yourself, make adjustments as needed, and celebrate those victories.
The small victories, yeah.
Even the tiny ones.
It's all about progress, not perfection.
Exactly. You know, one thing that's really helped me stay on track is finding a workout buddy.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Having someone to hold you accountable, motivate you,
Yeah, someone to do it with.
it can make a big difference.
And it makes it more fun.
Way more fun.
Okay, so we've talked about Marco's journey, those tricky expressions, and even tackled some common questions.
This has been a great deep dive.
This has been so helpful.
And I think what's really cool about this approach is it's not just about learning isolated facts or vocab words, right?
Right.
It's about understanding that bigger picture. How are health and fitness perceived in English-speaking cultures?
Yeah, it's the cultural context.
The unspoken rules, the nuances, you know?
And that understanding really helps you connect with people on a different level, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Whether you're chatting at the gym, sharing tips with colleagues,
Or just trying to keep up with the latest trends.
you'll be able to navigate those conversations with confidence.
I love that. So it's about more than just learning the language. It's about being a part of the conversation.
Yes.
And I have to say, I'm feeling super motivated to use some of these new phrases and insights.
Me too. I'm already thinking about some new workout ideas and how I can incorporate some of these tips.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it's time to challenge our listeners to do the same.
Ooh, a challenge. I'm all for it. What do you have in mind?
Well, I think it would be awesome if everyone listening tried using one of the expressions we discussed in a real conversation this week.
Ooh, I like that.
Could be at the gym, with a friend, even online.
Put it into practice.
Exactly. Because it's all about putting that knowledge into action.
And hey, maybe you'll even learn something new from the person you're talking to.
Absolutely. Learning's a two-way street, especially when it comes to something like health and fitness, which is always changing.
Always evolving.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, think about how all this new knowledge can help you achieve your fitness goals.
Good point.
Maybe you'll feel more comfortable joining that English-speaking running club you've been wanting to try.
Oh.
Or finally be able to explain your dietary preferences to your English-speaking friends without, feeling lost for words.
It's amazing how much confidence comes with being able to express yourself clearly, especially on something as personal as health and fitness.
That's so true.
And remember, learning a language is like working out a muscle.
Okay.
The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
And the learning doesn't stop here, right?
So
This is just the beginning.
think of it as a launch pad.
You've got the vocabulary.
You've got those cultural insights.
And now the confidence.
Go out there and explore.
Keep it exploring. Here's something to think about. What if you created your own healthy day in English plan?
Oh, I love that.
We talked about Marco's routine,
Yeah.
but now it's your turn.
Use all the vocabulary.
On the ideas we've been talking about.
Make it personal.
And hey, maybe you'll even inspire someone else along the way, right?
Absolutely. Spread that healthy living love.
All right, well, as they say in the fitness world,
What's that?
let's get those endorphins pumping.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep up the fantastic work.